Hello, Wonderhussy here, out in the middle of nowhere, in the chilly, sunny, winter's desert in California, about to check out a place that I've been trying to check out for a long, long time. A place called the Husky Monument. And no, this isn't some kind of random monument to husky dogs in the middle of the desert. No, this is Husky, as in short for Husqvarna. Husqvarna, I guess it's a Swedish company that makes dirt bikes. You know, dirt bikes like this one right here. You can see, well, sort of hidden by the sticker there. Husqvarna. That's the name of a company that makes dirt bikes, or dirt bike motors, engines, I guess. Anyway, this whole lonely desert memorial that I'm at is basically a monument to fallen motorcyclists. That's right, this particular lonely patch of the Mojave Desert is home to dozens and dozens of off-road trails that have long been popular with all kinds of dirt bikers and off-roaders. And not just Husqvarna riders, even Jeepers, side-by-siders. Oh gosh, I bet there's probably memorials. Well, there might not be one for a Forerunner, but there's probably a monument here for just about every other kind of off-road vehicle enthusiast you can think of. Because that's exactly what this is. It's monument after monument after monument to fallen dirt bike riders, ATVers, motorcyclists. Gosh, as a matter of fact, I'll be honest, I was just here back around New Year's trying to make a video, but well, there was a ton of people camped out here at New Year's. New Year's happens to be a big off-roading holiday. A lot of off-roaders come out to this part of the desert the week between Christmas and New Year, and they bring their old Christmas tree and burn it and have these crazy fires and parties, and they ride around. And well, I was here, and there was 1,000,000,001 people here paying their respects, so it didn't feel, I don't know, I just didn't feel right busting out my camera and making a video, because I think this monument right here was being placed while I was here. This one that says dad, which is really sad. I guess these people erected this thing for their dad, who presumably died in some kind of, well, dirt bike accident, I'm guessing, because that's a dirt bike frame, isn't it? And then, well, it says here, oh no, my goodness, it was a girl. Wait, what? April to June 2014, walk softly, an angel lies here? Holy cow, a 2-month-old girl? Okay, that doesn't really make any sense. I think they just put the plaque here for her, maybe by her dad's dirt bike. Yeah, because if you look at the back of his, it says Edward J. Navarro, born 83, died in 2020. So he was 37, beloved son, brother, and father, gone too soon, ride in peace. So if he died August of 2020, yeah, I suppose that could have been his daughter. Oh gosh, yeah, when I was here, I'm pretty sure there were people that were here placing, I don't know, this stone or something. Anyway, this is it's a pretty somber place for a lot of people. So it just didn't seem appropriate for me to, you know, like I said, bust out my camera, start making a video when I was here last time. But now I'm here in mid-January. It's midweek. There ain't nobody out here. So this is the perfect time to poke around and show you guys this Husky memorial. Wait, before I go looking around, I'm curious. It's cute. They left a little cooler here by Edward Navarro's dirt bike, but I'm curious if there's anything in the cooler. Let's find out. Oh my gosh, there is. Look. Oh no. There's a flask, empty, some little shot glasses, an American flag. Aw, pictures of him. Oh no. This feels a little bit intrusive, so I won't show the photos up close. And there's like a book in here that I guess friends of his will come and write little, oh yeah, people have written notes in this book about Edward. Okay, anyway, I'll just leave their private memories in the little cooler and make my way around the rest of this monument. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty sobering place. I mean, look at this guy. Corey James Tarrant. First sunrise was in 95. Last sunset was in 2012. Oh my goodness, he was only 17 years old. Unfortunately, that seems to be the case with a lot of these fallen riders. I mean, dirt biking and ATVs and all. I have a doctor friend who said in the hospital they call ATVs kidney donation devices because, well, if you've ever been out to the sand dunes, you've seen the way people rip and roar around, and well, it's a lot of it's mostly young guys, and they've got a lot of testosterone, and they go too fast, and unfortunately sometimes there's alcohol involved, so I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of really unfortunately young or monuments to young people here. But you know, not all of them were young, because I think this whole monument was started way back in the 1980s. I'm pretty sure there was a guy who was an avid motorcyclist, and he actually took his own life. That's right, he didn't die in a motorcycle crash. He actually committed suicide, and he was in his 40s. It was just terrible. Anyway, when he did that, his friends, I guess he was in a motorcycle club, his friends came out here and put up the very first little monument to him. Oh, here, I think this is it. Jim Jerickson Erickson Husky Memorial, established by the Desert Zebras Ice House Gang out of Riverside, California in May 1987. So yeah, I think, and I did this research about a month ago, so I've already forgotten it, but I'm pretty sure this guy Jim Erickson, that's who this whole thing was started for. And then over the years, well, like I was just saying, unfortunately a lot of people do die in dirt bike and off-roading accidents, so then their loved ones sort of caught on to the fact that there was a memorial out here, and then gosh, next thing you know, there's probably like, oh man, there's well over 100, probably several hundred memorials in this little area. And what's really cool about it is, yeah, we're out here in the middle of the desert, but we're on BLM land, Bureau of Land Management land, you know? The federal government manages this land, and they don't normally allow any kind of permanent structures on BLM land. You know, you're allowed to use your public lands for camping and off-roading, you know, having all kinds of fun, but you're not allowed to build any permanent structures. So the fact that the BLM actually lets this thing stand is actually really impressive. Speaking of the federal government, dun 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 dun. Apparently this guy here was a big Star Wars fan, because he's got Darth Vader sitting on top of a really fierce looking briefcase surrounded by ice cold Coors Lights. I bet they are ice cold because it is chilly out here, and these haven't been opened. I don't know if does this open? Let's see if there's anything inside a suitcase. I mean, none of these things are locked, so I'm assuming it's okay to open them. You know, I'll be respectful. I won't. Oh my goodness. I wonder who she was. Maybe that was his mom. Oh, look, they put a little sack of jerky in there for him, and that was probably the cap he liked to wear. Aww. This kind of reminds me of how, like, when they went into King Tut's tomb, or they go into any of those Egyptian pharaoh tombs, you know, they would put things in the tombs with them that they might need in the afterlife. So, you know, a dirt biker in the afterlife would need a picture of his mom, a pack of beef jerky, and his trusty camo cap. Or how about this guy? They got his helmet, and they've got a little gear with his name sort of carved into it, and then a little tiny flask of J&B, isn't that Scotch? J&B Scotch. And then, like I said, it's not all dirt bikers. There's also a pretty good representation of Jeepers here. This guy looks like he was a real patriot. He's got several American flags and a big old Jeep grill. And he's not even a liquor drinker. Look at that. They left him a thing of orange juice. That's what I call a good American patriot. Not messing around with any of that booze. And look, they've got an ammo canister down here with his book in it. I'm just gonna peek at these books. Golly, it's really interesting how all these, or many of these memorials have books, and then people sign them. I guess it's appropriate for random strangers to just sign. Godspeed, R.I.P., rest easy. You know, I'm guessing that anybody who comes out here, or most people who come out here, are probably paying respects to one of their fallen friends, and so any fallen dirt biker is basically a fallen friend. Okay, you gotta make sure to close this up real nice and tight so that nothing blows away, because I will say that even though last time I was out here I found 5 Mylar balloons blown around the desert, I don't think any of them came from here. Most of this stuff seems like it's pretty well secured. It's welded or like really cemented, concreted in. It's not a lot of loose stuff to blow away, and I'm guessing that's part of why the BLM lets this place stay. Golly, look at this thing. Somebody made like this really cool art piece out of gears, isn't that? Or these are the wheels, right? Or the rims. And these are gears from the... Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at the way that they welded that together. I don't care who you are. That's pretty cool. Oh no, look at this guy. Jerry Frey, Born in 55, died in 2015. Killed by a drunk driver while riding home from work. Oh man, so he probably did die on his bike, but not because he was out, you know, drinking beer and rallying around on these sand dunes. He was just trying to get home from work. That's terrible. You know, some of these monuments are really fancy. Like this guy's got a cowboy and a wagon wheel, and he's got a toolbox with his book in it. Oh, and look at that. It's a dirt biker made out of nuts and bolts. But then there's one like this guy. It's just a piece of metal on the ground with words carved into it. Bad PTSD. Nam 1970. Too much cheap beer, too many wives. Blew his head off with an M14. Oh no! Oh my god, this is the saddest one out of all of them. Michael Sonny Boy Jin, U.S. Army, Purple Heart. Born in 49, and then he killed himself in 2017. Oh my god, yeah, he was in Vietnam, and apparently he had really bad PTSD, and who can blame him? That's just terrible. Man, I guess this is kind of a depressing place to visit, but I don't know, I also just thought it was kind of interesting because it's neat that these people have friends and family that go through all the trouble to build these things out here and then come out and maintain them, you know? Oh no, look at this guy. He's got a Husqvarna helmet, and then the little thing on top says, in memory of Joe Coletti. Born in 61, died in 2011, guitar collector, snappy dresser, and exotic women. My good friend. Oh, and it says something about 420, so I guess they like to smoke pot together. Golly, so many stories, so many lives. I mean, one thing you can say about everybody who's memorialized here is they all pretty much died doing what they loved, except for that one poor guy who was just trying to get home from work. But at least he was presumably happy because he was going home. Oh gosh, look at this. It's a little garage. Oh, it's a train depot. Barstow Car, Santa Fe Railroad. Oh, I wonder if this guy worked for the railroad. Because look, he's got a bunch of railroad spikes. And then, oh, is that him? There's a picture of him. I mean, he looks more like, what am I going to say? He looks more like Toby Keith or Brad Paisley or somebody than a railroad worker. But gosh, you never know. All kind of folks work for the railroad. Look at this one. This has pink gloves, or maybe they were red and they faded. I was gonna say like pink gloves. I don't know any self-respecting dirt biker that would wear pink gloves. Although now that I think about it, I feel like I did see, yeah, there's one here for a female. In memory of Natalie Coelho, although the pink ribbon makes me think maybe she died of breast cancer. You know, like everybody here didn't necessarily die in dirt biking accidents, I guess. Here's a guy who was a Marine and apparently a fan of cowbell. More cowbell for Rick Torres. Gosh, look at this one. That's pretty fancy with the wings and the crown and oh my goodness. I mean, there's a lot of effort that went into some of these. I mean, even this one, it's just like handlebars stuck in the ground, but that's pretty cool. And then they put pictures of the guy. Oh, look how cute. He's one of those old school dirt bikers. Love it. And then look, there's his speedometer. Oh no. How about this one? Well, there is a Mylar balloon hanging onto this one, so well, hopefully it's securely attached. But look, there's his boots. Aw, that's really sad when you see somebody's boots like that, you know? Look at this guy. He looks like he was fun. It's kind of hard to read, but it says, in loving memory of Bobby Ballantyne. Loved the Lord, loved racing, loved life. I don't know, he just kind of has a nice, goofy smile. I bet he was cool. You know, apparently a lot of these off-roaders really love the Lord because there are some pretty hardcore religious monuments here. Look at this. It's a big iron cross, and it's got this hardcore metal, I don't know if this is a Bible or what. Holy cow, look at this thing. It's made out of metal. Oh, and it's chained, closed. See if I can open it. Oh, here. Golly, yeah, look at this. It's all like Bible verses, Lamentations 3:22. The faithful love of the Lord never ends. Holy moly, why is there an upside down question mark there? Huh, wow. This is amazing. And then there's like testimonials from his kids. Big metal pages. Look at this. I mean, this goes back to what I was saying. There's a lot of money and time. Oh, there's pictures of him that go into some of these monuments. Look at this. Wow. Richard L. Ingram. Oh gosh, this is one for a lady. This was a female dirt biker, Elena Lorraine Kramer. Born in 96, died in 2016. She was only not even 20 years old. She made friends wherever she went and still continues to inspire us every day. Oh, look, there's her little boots. There's a cross. What's in this? I guess this suitcase is part of her thing. Let's see what's in there. Oh my goodness, golly. It's like all her sporting stuff. Oh, this is terrible. There's a picture of her. She looks like a cute girl. Like her jersey, her softballs. Here's her little pink camo guest book where people can write their thoughts for. Aw, I don't know what the pot leaf is all about, but love you, Lena. Miss you always. Aw, yeah, it feels kind of invasive to go poking through this. I'm gonna close this back up. Okay, well the sun's going down quickly, and I'm actually camping out here tonight. Oh, as cold as it is. Last time I was here, I told myself if I found 5 Mylar balloons, I would allow myself to go into town and get a hotel room. Today, I'm not allowing myself that luxury. I don't want to get soft in my old age, even though it's supposed to be, I think, in the upper 20s tonight. I'm going to camp out here. So that being said, I got to go find a place to camp, so I got to finish looking around this monument before it gets too dark. Okay, up the hill from the monument, there's also this flag, a full-size regulation flag and a flagpole. At the base of it, it says, this flagpole was originally dedicated to the Piru motocross track in honor of Corey Tarrant. The track has officially been closed, and we're now rededicating this flagpole in honor of all the fallen riders memorialized here today. You're loved and missed every day, never to be forgotten. Oh yeah, I remember seeing his memorial just down there. And then look over here. You know, just next to the flagpole up the hill here, there's this really cool Adirondack chair. It's like a perfect place to sit and have a beer for one of your fallen homies and look at the beautiful desert sunset. Look at that. But I guess this little sunset chair is dedicated to this guy just for kicks. Oh wow, and then there's a little ammo can next to the chair there, so there's probably a notebook in there too for his friends to write messages. Wow, I should be so lucky when I die that anybody would think enough of me to put a memorial up in the middle of nowhere like this, and then drive all the way out there on occasion, drink a beer for me, pour some out for me. Well, I don't like beer, so maybe champagne, and then write something in a book for me. That's pretty cool that people do this. Okay, let's cruise around while we still have daylight and see what else we can see. Walter Veneer, that's kind of cool. It's made out of some part of a dirt bike, but look how cool and curvy that is. The Big D, Donald Frederick Singer. Looks like, well, he was from New York. Looks like he was a good old-fashioned biker, because that's a Harley Davidson gas tank. Oh, look at this guy, Barry Morris. He looks cool. Looks like he was British. He's got a British flag. Hello, mate. Hello, love. And look, taped onto his monument. Aren't those the parts off of his bike? Oh my goodness, it's so personal to think like his hands held those. Oh golly, look at this one. I just noticed there's handlebars, and then there's a really rusted away R.I.P. Rick Hoover. But then look down here. There's like this plexiglass thing, like, oh my goodness, underneath it, it's like a sarcophagus. And there's his actual helmet in there. Oh my goodness. His helmet, and it looks like there's a real old bottle of whiskey. Oh man, that is so sad. I'm gonna put the lid back on it. Don't want any critters getting in there and drinking that whiskey. Oh, look how cute this guy is. Garrett Moore Red Wine. Born in 2000, died in 2020. Aw, he's adorable. Riding in heaven. We love you, bear. Ride in paradise. Refugio Cookie Gomez. 96 to 50. He was only 19 years old! In memory of Taylor James LeCamp from Castaic, California. Born in 92, died in 2008. Oh no! Forever young, forever 15, forever in our hearts. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to ride dirt bikes. Oh my gosh, it just seems like, well, it just seems like there's a lot of tragedy here. Oh dear, look at this. It's a big metal flag. It says, "In Trump we trust." And then the other side, oh golly, you can hardly make it out, but it says Trump. It's like an American flag. There's a bunch of stars on it, and it's all tattered and busted up. I'm not really quite sure what to make of that. It's attached to this guy, Big Neil. I guess maybe Big Neil was a big Trumper. Oh, look, and then Little Neil is right behind him. Oh, well, that's nice. They're together in death, and they got their flag. Holy cow, look at this. There's like a whole bottle of Jack Daniels here for this guy, and a shot glass on top of it. Man, and then there's a whole bunch of empties at the bottom. It's like they come out and replenish that Jack Daniels. I mean, there are a lot of liquor bottles. Almost every one of these memorials has a bottle or a can empty or full, on or near it. I mean, I guess that's off-road and goes hand in hand with alcohol, right? Anyway, I'm gonna say goodbye now. This is kind of a bummer of a place, but I really enjoyed coming to check it out, and well, I hope you did too. And if you want to visit this lonely monument to fallen motorcyclists, well, if you're part of that scene, you probably already know where this place is. And if you don't, well, it's not really that hard to find. I guess initially it was a big secret, you know, when those first guys from that motorcycle club put the thing up for their friend, and, you know, word spread, but it was like this, and it is very remote. We are out in the middle of nowhere, which is why I need to go find a place to camp. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I'm gonna get in my car now and turn on the heater before my hands freeze and find a place to camp so that I'm well rested in the morning for my next adventure.